What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video in the garage. This is like our third video in a row in the garage because it's kind of all I care about right now. I'm really trying to get this thing going. As you can see, I'm already taking steps. Pulled my lift out, starting to lift the engine up, and today we're going to be lifting the engine, taking it off this engine stand, doing the rear main seal, clutch and flywheel, matting the transmission, and tomorrow I'm going to have some friends come over and we're going to put this engine in this car. Let's go ahead and get started on that stuff. But before we do, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the last few days. First, I want to say this: going back to work after being off for 3 weeks was really, really tough. My job is very physically demanding. I'm a UPS driver, for those that don't know, and when you go from working in the sun, climbing stairs and carrying boxes for 10-12 hours a day to sitting on the couch and sitting in the bed practically doing nothing, that's a major change, and I gained weight from it. I mean, I kind of saw that coming, but it's starting to fall off already just going back to work. But I was coming home so tired, my legs were hurting like crazy because I'm just not used to that physical work. But I mean, I'm back at it. It is what it is. So the first couple of days I didn't really do anything car wise, supposed to spend 30 minutes a day in the garage, but a couple days after that, I did start doing that. So the first day back in the garage, 30 minutes, I went ahead and lifted the car up, and that's a good look because that just lets me know in my mind that something's happening this weekend. It has to. Got the car up on all four corners so I can get under whatever I need to. Also pulled the front end off and the hood, so got room for everything. And that was 30 minutes, that's all it took. And then next day, I went ahead and got my power steering pump. I got my line in from FCP Euro, so I swapped that out, pretty simple. And then also got a 90-degree AN line. I ended up doing that and swapping that over, and that made the AN line look a whole lot better and closer to the engine and out of harm's way. And I think it was definitely something I should have did the first time, but like I said, I'm new to AN lines, but I took your guys' advice, and it was something I kind of planned on doing, but I just didn't know enough to do it off rip. So definitely did that, and that definitely made a difference, and it's pretty cool. So today I just kind of ran through and had a double check, make sure I had everything I needed, and turns out I was actually missing this engine bracket, so that would have been pretty bad if I would have tried to put that in there without it. I didn't realize I didn't have it. It actually wasn't on the engine at all when I got the car, so I guess why I didn't even think about it. So I found that this morning and painted it. Found it from a friend. Shout out to Alex Lugera. He hooked me up. He had it, and I picked it up. And then today I just kind of cleaned out the engine bay while I could. I just kind of dusted everything off, and man, look at this damn flake, man. Oh, it's so perfect. It's gonna look so damn good, man. I'm so excited. So excited. This is happening. It's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is going in here. Thank you, engine stand. Hopefully they won't need you for a couple years. All right, let's go ahead and get this rear main seal out of here. Here's my new, quotation is very heavy in the new, because I've actually had this rear main seal for 5 years. I bought this thing for Ebony because her rear main seal was leaking, but I never wanted to just pull the transmission just to do the rear main seal. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wait till the clutch goes out. No, I'm gonna wait till the transmission breaks. And that was like 5 years ago. So I've always had this thing just practically sitting in storage, and thankfully M50 and M52 take the same rear main seal. So I'm glad I kept it because I need it now. I even kept the bolts. So fun fact, the whole reason I started this whole build process and starting from scratch basically was The transmission went out in Ebony with their M50. It was a gay trade. And the engine and transmission together had 320,000 miles on it. Engine's still perfectly fine. The engine is actually in the sedan now, if you don't know. So that car still works. Just want to let y'all know, I had this car for 10 years and I never changed my clutch. So 10 years of abuse and my clutch was still fine when I pulled the transmission out. So that's kind of cool to know. I guess I'm a good driver because I never burned out a clutch, ever. Not even on my current daily, which I've put 90,000 miles on it so far. Never burned out a clutch. And before I put this remain seal back on, remember last time when I did the oil pan gasket, I put a little Amigos right here. Amigos is dab, you know. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit just to cover what I just took off, since there is a slight crack here. I feel right in the crack. I'm not in the laughing mood today. We got a lot of work to do. I'm hoping that this engine doesn't leak any oil whatsoever. That is the plan. So I try to cover every little seal I can. I think the only seal I didn't do was like the front timing cover, but you basically have to pull the head off for that, and I did not pull the head, so didn't do head gasket, didn't do front timing cover, gasket, O-rings, whatever they got in there, but I think I touched everything else. So hopefully there's no leaks. We'll see. It is a BMW. Alright guys, if you remember last time I showed you my clutch kit, it came with 2 different size pilot bearings, and I didn't know why they needed different sizes, but I kind of just figured it out. If you look at the input shaft for the transmission, small one doesn't fit, the big one does, so I guess the big one is the one we're going to be using. And with the big one, we use the bigger clutch thing. You know what it's called, whatever. Alignment tool. Alright, just put a little bit of grease on the side. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the clutch alignment tool to go ahead and push that in there. Should go in there pretty much until it stops. So there you go. That's pretty simple, right? I'll put a little bit on the inside just in case. That way it'd be easier for the transmission input shaft to actually go in there when we push the transmission on there. I wonder what kind of bearings these are. They don't spin worth a damn, so probably like an ABAC 3. You know what I'm saying? ABAC 5. I need to put Swiss in mine. Swiss bearings, but that's some skateboarder stuff right there. Shout out to all my skaters out there. I see y'all, bro. I'm still a skater at heart, bro. My knee fucked up, but I'm still a skater. Now it's time for the flywheel. Now flywheel, I don't know if they all do, but this flywheel came in like in a bag with like some lube in it. I guess that's to preserve it. But I know what you're supposed to do is clean it off with some good old fashioned brake cleaner. So get that sprayed up. I got some new towels now, thank God. But you want this thing dry. You don't want no type of fluids, oils, none known. Dry. All right, now it's time for the flywheel. Got this thing all nice and clean. Now, if you see this little knob right here, it's kind of different than all the other holes. That means you have to mount up the hole that's on here. It's kind of hard to see, but one of these holes is slightly bigger than the other, and that's where it will start. So I think it looks like it's this hole right here. So this hole is gonna go right over top of that and make everything else flush. Now, if I move it, just so y'all know it's not a myth, like we for real right now. If I move it, I'm gonna rotate it one hole. It will not go on. You see that? It will not go on. Let me go back and we're flush. That's for real. You gotta find the bigger hole. Slightly different. And just like any wheel or anything you do, you always want to go cross pattern when you tighten it. Sorry, battery died. Part of me wanted to just go ahead and just knock this out and be like, all right, guys, I'm done. I'll see y'all tomorrow. But I'm sure some of you guys are probably learning something right now. So I guess I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But I'm charged up. I'm going to go right back to where we were. I had to wait like 30 minutes. You're welcome. So while my battery was charging, I went ahead and torqued all these down. They are torqued to 115 newton-meters, which is about 85 foot-pounds of torque. Check your vehicle's specifications. They're all different. I think all the different engines are different, but I had to check with the reliable source. He told me 115 newton-meters with no Loctite. So that's torque down. And I know it's kind of hard to torque them down and remember which ones you torque because you go on a star pattern. So I went ahead and marked with the marker every one I did and went until I was done. Also, I had to lock the flywheel with the wrench. So, yeah. You know, with the stock flywheel, a little bit smaller and you can kind of peg it through a little hole, but I can't do that. So I used the wrench. It worked, whatever, they're torqued. Let's go to the next step. All right, now it's time for the actual clutch itself. Again, this is an eBay clutch. eBay clutch works for these situations, so that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the clutch alignment tool to get mine set up. And on this specific clutch, again, ask the reliable source, the guy that actually told me to get this clutch, he says the big side goes in. Sometimes it might be the other way around. You don't want to put your clutch backwards. That does happen. It is pretty common, but he told me it goes this way. So that is going to go right there. Clutch alignment tool pretty much holds it in place. I'll tighten it when I put the flywheel in there, but that's where that goes. I can get this out of there now. All right, clutch is in place. Now it's time for the flywheel. Now you see these 3 extra blank pins right here, 1, 2, 3, and they're all next to another screw hole where your flywheel bolts will go, which my clutch kit did not come with flywheel bolts for some odd reason, but I had to order those. Any flywheel bolts will do, or at least for this car. So I just got OEM bolts. You got 2 holes right here, and again 2 holes right here. You're basically gonna match that up, and that's gonna fit right there, fit over there, and fit over there, and then that's how everything's lined up, and you're gonna screw those in. It's only 6, and they are Allen, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. And again, like wheels, star pattern. All right, there we go. Transmission and clutch is done. Now for the satisfying part. Yay! Oh, let me go ahead and pull a price tag off this thing. You ain't see nothing. Not made in China. It's definitely made in China. I'm gonna slide my gloves back on. I'm back on. I invested in myself. That means I'm black owned. Man, y'all sleeping on little baby, man. Little baby got bars, man. All right, throttle bearing time. Like I said earlier, I was gonna lube this thing up a little bit before I threw the throttle bearing on there. So all you do is just get some lube, you know, play with it a little bit. That's, you know, just you know, and then that just slides right on in. Boom, done. All right, now the only thing left to do is to bolt that thing to here. I almost forgot my dust shield too. Oh, my starter. I gotta put my starter on there too. But I gotta put that in the way first. All right, now it's time for the fun part, the strong muscle part, the part where it'd be easier if you had a lift and a transmission lift and stuff like that, but I don't because I'm in a garage. All right, we gotta put the transmission on, and we're gonna wiggle it on just like we're using a clutch alignment tool. The splines is just like a clutch alignment tool. You notice they look exactly the same. And just gonna make sure it's lined up the same way the bolts go and kind of wiggle it on there. So, let's go. It's easiest to hold it from the starter area because you're not. Go. kind of in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and start screwing this stuff in. All right, for the last step, the starter. Brand new starter. You got your guide pin right here at the top, which is the top right here, and your 2 ears which screw in. So just make sure it's guided at the guide pin, and then screw it in. There you go, guys. Engine and transmission is ready to go. So tomorrow, you're going in here. I hope you're ready, because I'm ready. I'm so ready. It's happening, guys. It's friggin' happening. All right, well, that is it for tonight. Engine and transmission is matted together. Hopefully you guys learned how to put a clutch on and transmission and stuff like that. But I will see y'all tomorrow when we put this engine actually in the car. So that's what I'm really excited for. So for now, deuces, good night. See you beautiful people in the morning. All right, and we're back. Everybody's showing up today because we're about to put this engine in here. Say what's up, everybody. So enthused. Still got a few more people coming in, but this engine is going in right now. Well, not right now, but like in a minute, it's going in. We got a special guest over here, Stephen Miller. I always talk about Stephen Miller in my vlogs, and he's over here today, and he's still working on my car. So he's putting the ring over my shifter. The one that I needed a bigger black zip tie for. I'm just gonna use a zip tie or hose clamp, and that'll work. All right, let me nice with the hands.
Yep. Hold on, we're gonna get the wheel stopped on that. Is that high enough? No. Okay. Come down a little bit.
What? Oh shit, hold on.
Good.
Got to lose a hand. What part has to clear this thing? Just the oil pan?
Yeah. You come over here and look.
Can we tilt it that way? What was it?
Back it up. Where's that
Trying so hard not to scratch this shit. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. Blankets out here. Sam gonna see these. She gonna be mad.
She just pulled away till she saw it.
Oh yeah, that's why she left.
Pissed.
She pulled up.
Where's that?
I'm not here. No, I'll put the 14 back. The people flying down here.
Oh. Watch, they got the speak on.
Man, this bitch is drier than my DMs.
Where's your trash can?
Oh my god.
I was like, what is that? Are you like scanning my temperature?
Gotta make sure you can get in the club.
Going through coronavirus testing? Like, yeah. Did we have an assistant?
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna have to hold this shaft because it's got to go over the oil pan.
Can you hold my shaft, Jake?
You just gotta hold it.
Or
up.
Sam's here. Sam.
Girls always know how size it is.
Are you good?
So how? Wait, I can just turn it up like that, right? Or is that gonna get in the way?
I'd rather crush this fucking hand. Yeah.
Wait, am I gonna just be able to spin it back down? Though? That's the issue.
It just needs to clear the oil pan
Okay.
because if we leave it down, then it'll get stuck under it.
So as soon as it clears the oil pan, just put it down.
A little bit because the wheels are about to drive away the garage.
All right.
Push.
to lower it a little bit, I think.
I should have left it where it tilted. You had it right.
Of course I did.
Remember that.
Alright, push in.
Go ahead. Hold on. Can it sway that way and then turn that way? Okay, it might be enough clearance if it goes straight back.
Idea. Take out the motor mount. Second. Drop it.
Hold on, it's on the.
Yeah. It's on the oil pan?
No, yeah, the little thing too.
Yeah. It's on the spline shaft. Here you go.
Can you drop it?
This isn't not gonna spin back. You want to break the oil housing? It's not gonna go over that. Okay.
Alright, we go bigger.
Alright, stop. Alright, so now we need to line up. Keep going.
Alright.
Keep going. Go, 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 go. Alright.
Still has some room to go
Ah.
down.
That's what I was saying.
Jacob, weren't you supposed to be holding it?
Just fucking unbolt that bitch. We'll get it out from there.
Yeah. I was gonna
Steering's
say.
gonna be all fucked up, but somebody will help you out.
I think if you take off this bolt, you might have enough room to swing it down.
Alright, so motor down.
She's happy the motor's in.
Me too. wait, this is a test though. This is the test.
Either that
I
or.
already saw my blankets, don't worry.
No scratches?
What's up with this bolt?
No scratches?
Oh, what the fuck, Black?
What? What'd I do?
The fucking big ass bolt. It's hitting your block.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
What is that?
It's a transmission bolt.
That's the
It's
wrong
just
bolt.
Way too long.
You ran it into
Man, that looks like a spark plug. What you do?
That bitch went in though.
Yeah, it bent going in.
Class fucker.
I'll tell you the one that's supposed to go in there. I saw it in there. Oh, here you go.
Jacob, we gotta get
Too
some
late now.
things under the rug.
Hey. Hey. Hey, engine's in, no scratches. Woo!
I'm sweating my ass off. Tells you how much I got outside.
Oh man. And I gotta do all shifter bushings and all that shit again. Alright, fire it up. That's what engine's in. Ray's over here working my shaft, putting it where it needs to be.
It's a tight one. Ow.
Yeah, I saw you hit your head just now.
Yeah, there's a frame rail there.
And now we're gonna see if this thing fits, which it should. I test fitted it with an M50. It's super, super close. Oh! But it does.
At least it was your own.
But it does fit. Yeah, 'cause I would have been pissed if anybody else did it. But it does fit. I'm holding it with my hand, of course, but very, very, very tight fit. But it does fit. Woo. Pull that thing out, boy. Crazy lit now. It's rather large mess of wires. This is shit I couldn't do.
What, wiring harness?
Hell no.
Why? It all just goes to the same place.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good enough. This.
Can go underneath.
Turn that frown, flip it upside down.
Just going into the box.
Yeah, I think those go.
Why are you so fucking sad?
Yeah, well, I know those go under here.
Oh, they clip onto
I
that.
think so.
Those go right
They go
here.
right there. Okay.
So they run.
So I had that right.
Behind this. So this is what this is for. This part of the harness, it zip ties right here. Zip ties here.
And then these slide in like that.
And then this goes to this.
Do you need more slack, or should I just go ahead and start?
Nothing's set in stone, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then that goes to that.
How did I lose a screwdriver?
It's the life we live.
Your light keeps turning off.
Yeah, it dies so fast. It wasn't charged.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I have another light here.
I already got it on.
Real?
Yep.
How the fuck you see, man?
Care about this?
What's up, man? I'm having deja vu.
Are you?
Yeah. Remember last time you were here? It was till 7 in the morning.
This is idle control valve.
This is what I call it.
This
Yeah. I can only remember they're
is
different.
supposed to go to an adapter harness you don't have. There's
Wait, what is that?
This is for an adapter harness. So there's an adapter harness on OD2 cars, most of them, that run from the crank position sensor to the vanos. And then it plugs in here.
Oh, like a jumper harness.
Yeah, it. Some harnesses just didn't have that. Other ones ran it. And if you have this style connector, you notice how it's square, and this is rounded on one edge.
Yeah.
It ran the adapter. Some of them had the rounded edge, and then this would just connect directly into there.
So now you got a body adapter.
I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I might have one at the shop, but I also said that about the fifth gear content. I was 90% certain, and then Dave was even there helping me look for it, and did not find. 36.
Yep. What's up, man? Yeah, I saw. I heard the brakes are damn near locked up. Then you did a couple donuts.
Yeah, I was trying to turn around. I was like, ooh, intersection.
Yeah, we still need fuel line, so unfortunately not gonna be able to start it tonight. We thought we were, but I don't know. And then some sensor adapters too. We still need. But big part's done.
Did I figure out those two wires?
Oh, this is the easy part.
So he just brought me an ECU.
Ooh, that thing's hot.
We're trying to figure out what this is. 'Cause this is cut. Might be for the reverse light, or might be ambient I can't say that goddamn
Can
word.
take your temperature sensor.
Yep, that's the one. You got a flashlight? I got a flashlight.
Oh, it's under there. You can't really see it. All right. So that wiring's for the reverse.
The one that's broken?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The two gray wires that are.
So 2 gray ones are for intake, temperature.
You need this
Sensor.
to go.
It's a drift car.
It just
It's driven once every 2 months. I just happen to be out in it tonight. It'll be okay.
all right, everybody going home now. Deuces. My neighbors are used to it. All right, see ya.
Till next weekend.
Till next weekend. All right, guys, we are tired. Officially calling it a night. I think it's almost like 11 o'clock. Engine is in. Mostly everything is wired up. I know it looks like a mess right now, but that's where the intake manifold goes and covers all that. So the engine bay will still be clean. Need some fuel lines and stuff. Some stuff is still missing, so you're gonna have to piece some stuff together and tackle the rest of this later. But for the most part, engine is in, and I'm pretty excited. All right, I didn't film too much while we were like putting the engine together. At one point I had the camera, I was just filming other people do stuff, but then, you know, I had to get my hands dirty too. It is my car. Can't let them do all the work. So I started getting dirty and had nobody to film, and we were just out here together, hanging out, being friends, just making the car pretty. So this thing's getting there. Hopefully next weekend we can get it started, but we'll see what happens. Not in a super rush, but this is a big step. So thanks for watching. If you're excited for this, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. And hope you guys learned something today. I'm going to finish up a couple more bolts that I got loose right now, so I don't forget later on, and then I'm getting out of here too. So tune in for the next one. Deuces. I don't know, man. Talking to YouTube is weird.
That's the weird part.
Just you already.
All right, and we're back. Everybody's jumping.